Good morning, everyone. Chad Kalaher, Field Agronomist for Beck's Hybrids in East Central Illinois, Northeast Illinois. Just wanted to share some observations from this weekend's storms that rolled through on Saturday evening. It's currently Monday, June 14th, and we did have some strong winds and hail in an isolated area around Buckley, Illinois. And here's some damage you can see from these corn plants that I'm showing in the field here as I walk through. Pretty significant damage. I would estimate this to be around 70% defoliation. Could be a little bit higher than that, could be a little bit lower than that, depending upon the area. But you can see this is pretty significant damage and would have strong emotions for guys getting out and looking at it. So one of the things I do is I look at the Midwest Regional Climate Center, and according to the planting date, these plants would have been about V7 stage, or insurance adjuster tables would have suggested about 9 leaf stage. So most of the corn in the area is anywhere from V4 to as much as V9. So, but most of the corn in the area is about V7, V8 stage for that early April to late April planting. The next picture on your screen is something that I like to do whenever we're out in the field of hail damage like this. We did have some wind come through, but in areas that the hail damage is probably the most important. And this is a picture on the screen right now of just showing 3 representative plants in the field with a tape measure pulled out. And you can see that we're anywhere from about 18 inches tall corn to about almost 24 inches tall corn. But it's really the leaf stage, the leaf collar stage, that matters here. But the thing that I like to do, and you can see some bruising on some of the stems, and the center plant there has more bruising on the center stem. But the thing I like to do is in this next video is to split the stalk carefully with a knife and look at where the growing point's at and determine how far above the soil line the growing point is. And you can see here at the point of my knife, the tip of my knife, it's about 3 inches above the soil line. So unless these plants were stripped down at this growing stage of these plants were stripped down below 3 inches from the top of the soil line, then we would have good regrowth of the plant material. So a common question I get at this time is, post herbicide applications gone on, side dress nitrogen's gone on, everything's been applied, maybe other than a planned trip of fungicide across the field. What should we do? The answer to that, my general recommendation is whenever we have physical wounds caused by hailstones at this stage, we're normally not going to recommend a fungicide, simply because of the fact that bacteria is going to enter into physical wounds, not fungus. So spraying a fungicide would not prevent disease from happening on these plants, but it would help manage stress. Okay, so if you're looking to manage stress and you have a planned trip across the field soon, maybe it didn't get post-application of herbicide, you could look at applying a fungicide. Now, what about soybeans? So I've got some pictures of soybeans here on the screen from a nearby field, a similar area, Buckley, Illinois area. These plants, although they look significantly defoliated, which they are, they will outgrow and recover from this damage. Even the plants that really have almost 100% defoliation on them, they will still have regrowth from the leaf axils on the stems. So a little bit hard to deal with as far as looking at in the field right now from an emotional standpoint, but recognize that if we look at the crop insurance adjuster charts and all the yield data that goes behind it at the growth stage that we're at today in most of these fields, and I'm going to reference this V7 to V9 corn stage, again, that 8 leaf to 11 leaf stage of corn, the crop insurance adjuster charts and the yield data historically would tell us there's maybe about a 10 to 15% yield loss on corn for corn that's at that growth stage now. So that is still a significant amount of money. If we take it to the yield, let's just say 200 bushels per acre, times 10%, that's 20 bushels per acre. And obviously that's a major economic impact and loss today. So if you have any future questions about this type of damage or management practices moving forward, please contact your local Beck's representative. Thank you.